Research published by the American Academy of Neurology reveals that nearly 40% of adults over 60 experience peripheral nerve dysfunction. That's approximately 2 out of every 5 seniors in your community silently dealing with deteriorating nerve health right now. Yet despite this staggering prevalence, most dismiss early warning signs as minor annoyances until irreversible damage has already taken hold in their nervous system. Tingling legs aren't just an inconvenience or a temporary discomfort you can ignore. They signal declining nerve function and vascular health that, if left unaddressed, can progress to chronic pain severe enough to disrupt sleep, balance instability that increases fall risk by 300% compared to seniors with healthy nerve function, and eventual mobility loss that confines you to assistive devices or complete dependence on caregivers. The difference between maintaining your independence and facing permanent disability often hinges on a critical window. Recognizing these symptoms within the first 6 to 12 months of onset and addressing their root physiological causes through targeted nutritional intervention before neural pathways suffer irreparable damage. Today, I'll reveal why specific fruits matter critically for seniors experiencing tingling legs, and exactly who these evidence-based solutions are designed to help based on your specific health profile and risk factors. I'll also share 3 powerful fruits that not only restore nerve function and circulation at the cellular level, but also protect against further neurological decline, helping you maintain strength, mobility, and independence well into your later years without reliance on pharmaceutical interventions. But here's what most people don't realize until they experience frightening symptoms. One of these fruits contains a rare vascular compound that directly reverses the circulatory restriction, causing your tingling symptoms. And if you're currently taking blood pressure medication, there's a critical interaction you must understand before consuming it, as the timing of consumption can mean the difference between therapeutic relief and a medical emergency. According to cardiovascular research from Johns Hopkins Medical Center, this oversight has led to dangerous complications, including precipitous blood pressure drops, dizziness, falls, and emergency room visits in seniors who unknowingly combine them without proper spacing or dosage adjustments. Why do these specific fruits matter so profoundly for seniors experiencing tingling legs? And who exactly are these solutions designed for based on clinical evidence? Tingling sensations in the legs, medically termed paresthesia, primarily stem from 2 interconnected physiological failures that become increasingly common after age 60. Peripheral neuropathy, where nerve fibers deteriorate due to inadequate nutrient supply, starving them of the compounds needed for myelin sheath maintenance, and compromised microcirculation, where blood vessels lose their elasticity and struggle to deliver oxygen and essential nutrients to nerve tissues in your extremities. These conditions disproportionately affect individuals over 60 because the aging process naturally reduces vascular elasticity by approximately 15 to 20% per decade after age 50, impairs nutrient absorption efficiency in the gastrointestinal tract by up to 30%, and increases oxidative stress that damages nerve cells at a rate comparable to the cellular destruction seen in chronic inflammatory diseases. The fruits I'll discuss aren't generic dietary recommendations you'll find in standard nutrition guides. They're targeted interventions backed by peer-reviewed clinical research, specifically selected for their ability to address the precise biochemical deficiencies driving nerve dysfunction in the senior demographic. They work by delivering concentrated levels of anthocyanins, polyphenol, and potassium, bioactive compounds proven in multiple studies to restore endothelial function in damaged blood vessels, reduce neural inflammation that destroys protective myelin sheaths, and support proper nerve signal transmission across synaptic pathways. These solutions are particularly critical for seniors with prediabetic conditions where elevated blood glucose accelerates nerve damage, those managing hypertension, which compounds circulatory restriction, or anyone experiencing early mobility challenges alongside tingling symptoms, such as difficulty climbing stairs, reduced walking speed, or unexplained muscle weakness. Without this targeted nutritional approach implemented within the critical early intervention window, peripheral nerve damage becomes progressive and often irreversible, directly threatening your ability to walk independently, maintain balance during routine activities, and live without assistance or institutional care. Let's examine the 3 specific fruits that can halt this progression and restore your neurological health. 1. Pomegranate. Pomegranate contains punicalagins and elagitannins, polyphenolic compounds that trigger endothelial nitric oxide synthase activation within vascular walls, directly dilating constricted blood vessels that restrict nutrient delivery to peripheral nerves in your legs. This vascular dilation isn't merely theoretical. It addresses the precise circulatory bottleneck causing your tingling symptoms by restoring microcapillary blood flow to nerve tissues starved of oxygen and essential nutrients. However, this same mechanism that makes pomegranate so effective also creates a critical interaction risk that most seniors overlook until they experience concerning symptoms. If you're currently taking ACE inhibitors, angiotensin receptor blockers, or calcium channel blockers for blood pressure management, pomegranate's potent vasodilatory affect compounds with your medication's action, potentially causing precipitous blood pressure drops that have resulted in dizziness, falls, and emergency room visits among seniors, according to Johns Hopkins Medical Center cardiovascular research. This doesn't mean you must avoid pomegranate. It means timing and dosage become critical. Cardiologists at the Cleveland Clinic recommend consuming pomegranate at least 4 hours separated from blood pressure medication doses, limiting intake to half a cup of fresh seeds or 4 ounces of pure juice daily, and monitoring blood pressure readings for 2 weeks after introduction. The mechanism works by increasing plasma nitric oxide concentrations by 17 to 22% within 90 minutes of consumption, as documented in studies published by the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, which explains both its therapeutic power and its interaction potential. While pomegranate is universally beneficial for vascular health, it's most critical for seniors experiencing cold extremities alongside tingling, symptoms indicating severe microcirculatory restriction. Though the next fruit targets a different and equally dangerous pathway that specifically addresses the inflammatory nerve damage causing your discomfort. Second, tart cherries. The anthocyanins concentrated in tart cherries, particularly cyanidin 3-glucoside, directly suppress cyclooxygenase enzymes and nuclear factor kappa B pathways, reducing the neural inflammation that damages myelin sheaths protecting peripheral nerve fibers in your legs. Research conducted at Oregon Health and Science University demonstrated that seniors consuming tart cherry juice experienced 47% reduction in inflammatory biomarkers within 3 weeks, with corresponding improvements in nerve conduction velocity measurements that directly correlate with reduced tingling sensations. But here's the critical detail most people miss. Tart cherries contain exceptionally high potassium concentrations, 485 milligrams per cup of juice, which becomes the key to understanding both their therapeutic power and their unique preventive capability. This potassium content directly addresses the electrolyte imbalance that causes the muscle cramping and weakness typically appearing before mobility loss becomes severe in seniors over 60. When peripheral nerves deteriorate, they lose their ability to regulate sodium-potassium exchange across cell membranes, creating the electrical instability that manifests as both tingling and progressive muscle dysfunction. The potassium in tart cherries restores this electrochemical gradient, simultaneously eliminating tingling while preventing the muscle deterioration that follows untreated nerve damage. The University of Michigan's Integrative Medicine Department recommends consuming 8 to 12 ounces of unsweetened tart cherry juice daily, preferably divided between morning and evening doses to maintain stable plasma concentrations. However, seniors with chronic kidney disease or those taking potassium-sparing diuretics must consult their nephrologist before introduction, as excessive potassium accumulation can trigger cardiac arrhythmias in compromised renal function. While tart cherries excel at addressing inflammatory nerve damage across most demographics, they're particularly essential for seniors experiencing nighttime leg cramping alongside daytime tingling, a symptom pattern indicating both neural inflammation and electrolyte dysregulation, though the final fruit addresses the foundational nutritional deficiency that makes all other interventions less effective. If you're new to the Health Waiver community and want to receive tailored health strategies designed specifically for seniors navigating the challenges of aging, subscribe now to join thousands of viewers who've transformed their health through evidence-based guidance. Comment below with your age and how your health has been lately. Your experience helps us create content that directly addresses your specific concerns and questions. Third, bananas supply vitamin B6 in its bioactive pyridoxine form, serving as the essential cofactor for synthesizing neurotransmitters and maintaining the structural integrity of myelin sheaths, protecting nerve fibers throughout your peripheral nervous system. According to nutritional neuroscience research published by Tufts University, vitamin B6 deficiency appears in approximately 28% of adults over 65, creating a hidden epidemic of preventable neuropathy that conventional medicine frequently overlooks when investigating tingling symptoms. A single medium banana provides approximately 0.4 milligrams of vitamin B6, roughly 31% of the recommended daily intake for seniors, but the significance extends beyond simple nutrient replacement. Vitamin B6 functions as a rate-limiting cofactor in the kynurenine pathway, which regulates inflammatory responses within neural tissues and directly influences how effectively your body repairs damaged nerve fibers. When B6 levels fall below optimal thresholds, this repair mechanism stalls, allowing progressive nerve deterioration that manifests initially as tingling but advances toward permanent sensory loss and mobility impairment if unaddressed. The mechanism works through pyridoxal 5-phosphate, the active form of B6, which serves as a coenzyme in over 140 biochemical reactions, with particularly high concentrations required in rapidly metabolizing tissues like peripheral nerves. Neurologists at Massachusetts General Hospital recommend consuming 1 to 2 medium bananas daily for therapeutic nerve support, ideally paired with a small amount of healthy fat to enhance absorption of fat-soluble nutrients that support neural function. For seniors who dislike bananas or experience digestive discomfort from their resistant starch content, alternatives include cooked sweet potatoes, wild-caught salmon, or pastured chicken breast, though these require larger serving sizes to match bananas' concentrated B6 content. While bananas benefit virtually everyone experiencing nerve-related symptoms, they're most critical for seniors with documented B6 deficiency, those taking medications that deplete B6 stores, including certain diuretics and corticosteroids, or individuals experiencing tingling accompanied by cognitive changes, symptoms indicating systemic B6 insufficiency rather than localized nerve damage alone. These 3 fruits, pomegranate, tart cherries, and bananas, offer scientifically validated pathways to restore nerve function, improve circulation, and prevent mobility loss in seniors experiencing tingling legs. Start by incorporating 1 fruit into your daily routine, then gradually add the others to create a comprehensive nutritional strategy that addresses multiple physiological pathways simultaneously. Which fruit surprised you most with its specific mechanism or interaction concerns? Subscribe to stay informed on evidence-based health strategies for aging well, and comment below with your location and thoughts on these recommendations. Your engagement helps us continue delivering content that directly serves your health goals. Thank you for watching and investing in your long-term independence and well-being.